depressing and bad, horrible. There's not even any games out, man. Sitting there today, I'm like, oh, what do I want to play? I don't have anything to play. I'm just like, this is boring. I mean, of course I have stuff to play. I'm definitely one of those people that has like a library of 200 games. It's just, I got nothing to play.
Yeah, same. It's like,
I want a new game. I can't.
I've got Game Pass. I've got, all the...
I'm trying to go through Game Pass, seeing if there's any games that I want to play.
What's going on, Solips?
Not much. What is going on, guys?
Oh, just another wonderful day.
Indeed it is.
All right, so we got the starting soon screen up. I'm just running around making sure that all the postings are in the right place. And that,
I don't know if Rod figured his stuff out.
I don't know. I figured we'll go ahead and get going. And
Damn. Let's delay it then. No, I want everybody here. Everyone's input.
Yeah, because I have a feeling like half of them would really fuck him up.
Actually, it says he's green right now. It shows him on.
He was in the Diablo channel earlier, and then he just went quiet, and I'm assuming it had to do with his internet.
He's still in the Diablo channel. But like, why is it still showing there?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I just live here.
Not for long.
Yeah, not for long. Oh, man. I'm not even logged into Twitch yet. And like the first thing you see is all the live channels, and it's just... I can't even... I'm not even allowed to say that word anymore, am I?
Spell it.
Huh?
Spell it.
What's going on, Element Down? The THOTS?
You can't say that?
I don't think we're allowed to say that anymore. I think it's a derogatory term towards adult-oriented channels.
Well, that's stupid.
It is.
And I was just saying, I have some thoughts about that we could probably, bring up. Sorry, was that too close? I'm gonna fuck it up. See, I thought I had said something, that was pretty smart. I guess I thought wrong.
I just hopped over to Kick just to see if we're popping in over here, and it's the same thing over here, man. Like, am I up and running over here? I'm not even sure if I am. It says that we are offline. Why does it say we are offline? Noun slang, disparaging and offensive. A woman considered to be sexually proactive and promiscuous. See also slut or whore. Okay. I mean...
We can say slut and whore, but we can't say,
Not in reference to a person in particular.
So if I'm just talking about, if I'm just talking... No.
Generalizing, I believe, is okay.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to push that one. I'm talking about my...
You can talk about yourself.
Oh, man.
The general thoughts that I have running around in my head just makes me think of, not anyone in particular, just the specific...
Yeah. Uh-huh. Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
They made it up to be offended by it. Yeah, they actually did a lot of things doing that. There was another term that you're not allowed to use anymore because one of the developers over at Twitch got offended by it because it was used in a derogatory term towards themselves.
We have a slur for developers now. I need this in my life. I need it. I need to know what it
game
is.
studio named it.
I need to know what it is. What is it?
I don't know.
Type it Type it out to me. Text
I
it.
don't know it. I just know that it was banned. I need to go look at the terms and conditions again at some point in time. Okay. Oh yeah. By the way, we are technically live right now. So let's go ahead and hop into this here. And here we go. And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Griffcast episode 88, the Mature Nerdy Podcast for Immature People, the show where we talk about any and all things nerds, from video games, comic books, movies, computer technology, and or science. I am your host and King Neckbeard, Griff Moore, and we're going to be doing something a little different tonight. We're going to go down a couple of rabbit holes, and the reason we're doing this is, one, is gaming news in and of itself has been depressing and boring as of late. So we're going to go down a couple of crazy interdimensional, possibly simulated conspiracy theories. So the first one we wanted to bring up is, all right, who all here is familiar with the Mandela effect as a theory?
I'm familiar with it.
All right,
I
so
am now familiar with it after last week.
after last week, okay. All right, so for those of you who don't know, maybe. All right, so we're gonna keep this going just a little bit. Actually, no, yeah. Let's get him a second to pop in. Anyway, how's everybody been doing this week?
Pretty
Doing
good.
all right.
Yeah, pretty good. What have I been doing? Struggling with games. I rented Dead Island 2. The story in it was meh, and just like the dialogue was so bad. The dialogue was. The dialogue
Can I
was
ask
so
a general
bad.
question? When's the last time you played a zombie game for, the story and the dialogue options?
The Last of Us. Anyway, because I know you have some shit to say about that. Moving on. Yes, Solves. The gameplay was awesome, which kept me in it the entire time. The gameplay was so dope.
Was
The
that a
gameplay
game?
really cool.
I thought that was like an interactive, really bad Walking Dead episode.
No one likes you. No one likes you either. Anyway, I don't even know why I'm here. I'm gonna turn this shit off. Turn this shit. But Dead Island 2 it was alright. It was fun. It was fun to play. And, I was trapped in just beating the shit out of zombies. It was graphic. Oh, it was graphic. Oh, it was good. It was all the things that I needed from the zombie game. Being graphic and brutal, but my character, every time he spoke, I was like, I get it. You're a British rock star. Not everything you need to say needs to be off the fucking wall. He's like, they're sitting there, and he's about to get shot in the face. He's like, oh, my tea and crumpets. I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. Are you serious? Is this really the dialogue that they have right now? It was so bad.
Dead Island 2 was way better than Destiny. That's just your opinion, man.
Hey, can y'all hear me good?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
can hear you, man.
All right, good.
Oh,
I need to turn you up a little bit.
Look at this guy.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
Gonna make it work one way or the other, right?
Yeah, gotta make it work. Gotta make it work.
The struggle be real sometimes. Man, they cut your internet off?
I don't know what they did. It was working yesterday because I was online. I was online playing Diablo
Yeah.
and woke up. I haven't had internet for the majority of today.
It still shows you, well, up until you hopped over here, it was still showing you live in the chat.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
You turned on airplane mode. Did you turn on airplane mode?
What? What?
It's a thing, man. I mean, I think desktops. I don't think even desktops still have it. They have airplane.
Yeah, just grab a Wi-Fi card. Man.
They don't.
Laptops has airplane mode.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe your desktop got confused and it installed the laptop version of Windows.
Look.
It turned on airplane mode by accident. Just got all
my.
cut off.
All right.
I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah. Hey, Wild, I got a question for you. So we're doing things a little different this week. We're gonna go over some crazy mind-bending crap. Are you familiar at all with the Mandela effect?
Yes.
You are. Okay. How deep down that rabbit hole have you gone?
Deep enough to know that Sinbad did play.
Yes.
Sinbad, I don't care what anybody says. He did play in that movie.
Yep.
And I don't care what anybody says.
I remember it, dude. Like
Shazam?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
He played in it, and he swears. He's like, I've never played. Yes, you have. We all
Go look for
remember
it.
Yes.
The movie doesn't exist. You cannot find it.
What? No. That's a real fucking movie, man. That's a real fucking movie.
No, it does not exist.
It does not exist.
It does not
It does
exist.
not exist. I remember it.
Sinbad figured out why everybody thinks that, though.
Did he?
They had one. They had one
He
with
did. When he was right around the time that the Kazam movie was coming out and getting pushed hard, he did an entire event dressed up as Sinbad for a kids Sinbad movie festival on the USA Network. So every kid in a certain age was watching Sinbad in a genie looking outfit for a couple of hours. Introduce Sinbad movies.
Yeah, because
While every third commercial was the Kazam movie.
I don't know, man.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it. I don't care. Don't believe it.
I don't know.
Nope.
I don't.
Plausible,
I don't know,
yes.
man.
Okay. So the thing behind the Mandela effect is several things are happening. Either there is mass memory or mass mismemory, which we see how the public's going, and it's like, okay, that's plausible. The other one is everybody who remembers things a certain way is part of another dimension, and the two dimensions collided and became one. And so that everybody remembers things that are a certain way are from the other dimension. All right.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. And then the third possible theory behind it is, which we're going to go into as our next topic, is it's a glitch in the Matrix. Like they had all this stuff and it was just patched out.
Look, I didn't take the wrong pill. I know which pill I took.
Me too. I got high as shit.
You know, right?
Hold on.
Grizz, we took the right pill.
All right, so we're going to bring this up here. All right. So we're not going to go over that. So I found this website that has several examples of what's going on. So the reason it's called the Mandela effect is because there's a select group of people who remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 80s. But apparently he actually died in 2013.
Correct. I think that's when the historical record has him as dying. I also believe that he died in 13. I mean, yeah, he was in prison in the 1980s. He became president of South Africa.
Yeah. So like,
I mean,
but I remember
the evidence is there.
Yeah.
Could you imagine though, like you're president of a country and like you go visit places and you're like, I swear I'm not dead.
I think that was actually a big problem for him for quite some time.
Yeah. It happens to a lot of people, like Tony Hawk. Everyone was like, "Hey,
Everybody thought Tony Hawk was dead for some reason. I was like, where are you getting this from? When did Tony Hawk die?
The hilarious part about Tony Hawk is how he always gets mixed up with Tony Hawk.
Right? I think it's so funny. People look like, you gotta look like Tony Hawk. I am Tony Hawk. Good one, buddy. He died. I'm like,
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna try and go down this list a little bit slowly because some of them effed me up a little bit too. All right, so
I was gonna ask if you're able to like zoom in so that we can't see the real answer, but like also have like the image be
There's
big
no
enough.
way on this website. This website sucks.
yeah, it does, but it's the best thing I found to do this with. All right, so I do remember Jiffy, but I know Jif because I buy Jif.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Jiffy.
The only Jiffy I remember is Jiffy Pop. Is that what you remember?
I remember Jiffy peanut butter.
I remember Jiff.
I think everyone knows Jiffy Lube. Jiffy Lube, you know?
Yeah.
Mrs. Jiffy Lube. I had Mrs. Jiffy Lube. I took my car there a few times when I was younger.
But you know, obviously here it's Jif just because we see it every day in the grocery aisle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this one
This is the
always,
one I never got. So
this one always messed me up because I remember tunes as in cartoons.
No, I kind of I do remember TUNES. I remember
Yeah.
tunes as in music.
Yeah.
Like, when I see tunes like cartoons, I'm like, oh shit.
As the dyslexic
That
kid
could-
in the room,
that
I
could
want
be
to
it.
point out that I learned to spell tunes wrong because of Looney Tunes. So, yeah, I remember that it's supposed to be spelled TUNES because I screwed up a lot because of that.
See, I just like in my memory, I see tunes as in cartoons. So like that's the
Logically,
one I
it would
see.
make sense.
Like I know which one's right for now or in this current reality.
There's a glitch in the matrix. Somebody assimilate him.
All right, so this one always messed me up.
I still don't even know which one's real.
So I always remembered the Berenstain Bears, but now it's the Berenstain Bears.
The first one.
I think
The
I
Berenstain
was so
Bears,
young
then
at the
they-
time, man. Like,
I don't.
I had the whole collection of these books, and I remember Stein.
With the EIN, right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to say too.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be like.
Why is it? Why is it gonna be Berenstain? No, it's the first one. Absolutely.
It's not. The stain is what's in this existing universe. I'm gonna keep going like I just because it keeps sounding weird.
Parents' name.
So Curious George's Tale.
This one had me for a second, but he never had a tail. He never had a tail.
See, I don't remember either way.
You don't remember either way?
I never remembered him having a tail.
I remember those books, but I don't really remember how I remember him truly.
I did love Curious George when I was growing up. I read a lot of his books as a kid, or at least tried to anyway, just going through the pictures. Yeah, and
I remember
he
seeing
didn't-
somebody
he didn't
like
have a tail.
draw a
could've
tail
swore-
on like a piece of art, and I thought it was weird. I was like, why is there a tail on Curious George?
Yeah, so
I actually could have swore there were moments where I saw him with a tail hanging from a tree, but I'm obviously misremembering that.
He might have been like using his hands or his feet. I think I do remember.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
he hung from like his hands and his feet.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
But
no
also,
tail.
This picture is bad. I feel bad for this picture because
It's clearly drawn on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
This one is hard facts.
This one actually messed me up a little bit because I always remembered Sex in the City.
Yeah, that's how I remember that.
I think a lot of people would call it Sex in the City because they feel like, oh, they're in the city, they're having sex. I think they would just say the "and" so quickly, but like they would just drop the. So then it's Sex in the City, and then it's Sex in the City. Sex. They're just and you would just say it so fast and like so fluently that you just don't hear "and" as.
I can see that. I can see that. But
Dominantly.
Yeah.
That's my excuse. But I remember learning young, and I was like, I don't know why I wanted to start that sentence or even finish it. I never watched any of this. But like, I remember learning young that it was and the city. It's like,
I tried to watch
Caught
this
him
shit
in
like
4K.
everybody was into it.
Caught him in 4K.
man, I never watched the show. I thought it was. I think I like watched it once because like I didn't know what it was. I was like, flick. And then I realized it wasn't, and I was like, this is stupid. So,
all right, this one
I don't understand this one.
I do. 2 E's. Like I remember 2 E's.
Yeah.
Rathcon, you remember Freebies?
Freebies.
You remember Freebies?
Wait, which one? Okay, so I guess I don't understand this one because I mean, are they trying to say it's with only one E because you spell breeze with 2 E's, so that makes common sense. Are they trying to tell you that it's actually only has 1 E?
You would think it would be pronounced Febreze.
Yeah.
Febreze. Febreze. Honey, can you
But no, so like
Febreze?
they're saying that the Febreze with the 1 E is the right one.
Hold the fuck up! I got that shit in my house. Pause.
Look, he's gonna come back and it's gonna only have one E. He's gonna be like, I've been assimilated.
You couldn't hear me. I don't think you could hear me fucking scream. I screamed so fucking loud. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. It's only got one fucking E. I mean, it's got two E. It's got three, technically. They're not next to each other. Oh, what the fuck? That's so dumb.
Bro, we're gonna start keeping everything because now you're gonna see like somebody's gonna be like, yeah, this never
Do not turn
you're
TCP
like,
into a hoarder, please.
I mean,
Look.
you know what's going to happen? Like, if we're on the whole simulation, somebody's going to fix that patch while it's in your closet. All right.
That's so messed up.
All right, this one.
Messed up, man.
All right, so how do you pronounce this?
It's pronounced
Oscar
Oscar Mayer. Yeah,
Oscar Mayer.
but you would think
Not-
it'd be
not
pronounced
Oscar
Oscar Mayer. Yeah.
That's it.
Actually, but you know, Mayer is technically spelled with M-A-Y-O-R, not E-R, even though that doesn't truly make sense. But
Yeah.
whatever. That's the English
The
language.
English language somehow the vowels at the end affect the vowels in the beginning of the word.
Yeah, English is weird.
Fucking weird.
The only thing that's weirded me out.
Polish.
The only thing that weirds me out more though is the fact that it's not the Wienermobile anymore. They had to rename it because of Wiener.
People are so soft.
It's because somebody
Just
got
like
their
the
feelings
wieners.
hurt.
Apparently the wiener wasn't it?
And Wiener and
Like they got ran
They're like,
over.
"Fuck."
Like they ran over somebody, and they're like, I don't want to say I got ran over by the Wienermobile.
No, it's not because someone's like, oh, here comes your mom's car. Oh, she got all the meters.
Oh
Oh,
no, I know a couple people that line up to get run over by the Wienermobile, but you know.
oh my goodness.
Let's go.
Wow.
All right, this one screwed me up here.
this one fucked me up. That's not right. I don't believe it. Check the authenticity of this site.
Wait a minute.
There's no
It's
way.
always, it's always been CHERS.
Now, see, I
Is it
remember the
T?
T, like
Is it
the
T?
hard T, the hard sketchers.
Yes, it's churs, not churs.
But like that's the way I remember it. But you know, yeah,
I've owned like a dozen pairs. I'm not with you, man.
I have two, but like the only thing I ever see is the S.
Okay.
So it's like,
This one was dumb. You couldn't even fool me with this shit. No, it's always been fruit. With the OO. It's always been with the OO.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
been with the uh-oh.
always went with the O.
Weak. Step your game up.
All right, so this one I don't understand. This one apparently everybody remembers him holding a turkey leg. I don't remember that.
What?
This I don't remember. Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
I
I
don't
don't
remember.
understand it. I mean, these are clearly two different photos. Like,
Oh yeah,
how
this
do you interpret
one.
this?
Like I know the monocle.
Yes, I do.
I know he
remember
always had it.
I think there's two different photos. Like me and Griff talked about this. I think there's a photo like on the front of the board where he has like on like the display case where he has a monocle, and then there's this photo. He's running with a bag of money and he doesn't have the monocle.
Yeah,
I think
but apparently the no monocle is the right one.
in this one they explained it because Mr. Peanut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Peanut has a monocle.
This
one was
one,
dumb.
this one was easy for me. The no black on tail.
Mhm.
But I also used to watch the cartoon, so
I mean, I still have.
I don't
my
know a
Pikachu.
damn thing about Pokemon, so you could make him rainbow color. I'm like, is that the new evolution? And I would legitimately ask that question.
Man, you just said that live. Now they're going to take all the credit and do that.
all right. Now there is a hyphen in Kit Kat, right?
Yes.
It's a hyphen.
Yes.
There's 1,000% a hyphen.
Guess what? There's no hyphen.
But we about to get it wrong. Yeah.
I can get my wife to check her candy dish.
Like, there's a hyphen. It's just there had to be. They had
Like
to.
seriously, that's like her favorite thing to eat. So
Yeah.
that's her favorite. Like she gets
I
a little
might-
mini when she loves them.
I might be jumping the gun on this, but is Trix on here?
I don't know if Twix is on here or not.
We'll see if we get there. I'm gonna say it now. Trix, they used to be the shape of the fruits. Right?
Oh yeah, the tricks. Yeah,
Yeah.
Be a little shape. Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
not anymore. Am I making that shit up?
No. So they changed it to Like originally it was the shape of the fruit. I remember when they changed it.
Yeah, because I remember it was like a whole like Facebook post about it. Yep.
Was it when you entered adulthood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually exactly when they changed it.
That shit fucked me up, man.
Yeah, I think I was like, I remember walking through the grocery aisle going, wait, why are Trix the looking like, you know, peanut butter crunch now?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
What?
Oh, this one, I will argue this one to freaking death.
I will argue to death too. It's got the cornucopia. It has to.
It's supposed to have the cornucopia. Like I remember the cornucopia. Like that is how I know the word cornucopia.
Right?
Like it was this logo that I asked somebody about and goes, hey, what type of basket is this? And they're like, oh, it's a cornucopia. And like, that's how I know the freaking word cornucopia. But no, it's not in the logo.
There's no.
Now it isn't. It was before. I know it was. I remember it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I remember this logo was from the 80s.
They don't know. Their explanation don't know. This one fucked me up too. It's
just IT, right?
It's with a Z. It's got cheese it.
So I don't remember the extra Z. I always remember two letters at the end.
It was cheese its.
Well, everybody says it's because it, like you want to say plural because you ain't gonna eat one. You're gonna eat 5 million of them.
Exactly.
I do know like some people said me straight, but I'm like, it's gotta be this way. I mean, there's no way.
Show me the freak that sits down and eats one cheese and is like, I'm fat at 5.
That's my serving size.
All right, so I don't know this one here.
I don't know. I mean,
double stuff Oreo. Oh, it's got 2 F's.
Stuff's, yeah.
It's supposed to have 2 F's. It's stuff.
I mean, it's creative. I can see them having only 1 F, but I feel like what's the point of spelling it wrong versus like, you know, we're gonna be different and spell it wrong, you know?
I remember before where it used to actually say like had the 2 F's and the ED double stuffed.
I don't know. Like I never got into the whole double stuff. I like the cookie part more. So
You and the wife are maniacs. You and her are both like, I hate the cream. She will literally sit there and there will be half a freaking container of cream filling inside of the container of cookies. I'm almost like, why don't you just eat the whole cookie? Well, I don't like the cream filling. Then what? You know what? And I even looked it up. You can actually purchase just the cookie wafers. Like, what kind of maniacs are y'all?
everything rebrands and changes up their names / logos. Yeah. The problem is we can't find examples of the old logos that we remember. And
in most cases, the companies say they never existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, you know, give it 20 years, they're going to say that like the whole, Bud Light thing never existed either. But
so this one, I didn't know this was a thing because I always remember the Mona Lisa having, serious RBF. So like,
I don't see the difference in these two photos actually.
So the one on the right has a slightly increased smile.
She's supposed to be. She doesn't have a smile. She's like kind of like neutral faced.
Yeah.
I think she's kind of neutral faced. It's
like
like
the one on the right or the left? Because
maybe
one on the left.
Maybe a decent smirk, but like I want to say left.
Yeah. So left is the right one. The right one is got more of a smile.
Left is the right one. Thanks, bud.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Left is the right one.
All right, so I actually knew this one, and not because of anything else. It's because this one came across me before.
C3PO.
So I don't think in the original before the remaster, I do believe he was both legs were gold, and then he got a silver leg because he wanted to tie it into the prequels.
No, I thought it was an arm. I thought he lost his arm at one point.
That was that was Disney. Disney did the red arm.
Oh, it's red. It's
Well,
red.
I thought the silver leg was a little bit kind of like it wasn't as full.
All right. So, do you remember watching these movies in not 4K and how fuzzy all the colors were?
He never
Yeah.
had a silver leg. I'm saying he never had a silver leg.
No, he had it because they released the toys with it. That's how I remember it. Like the toys were like silver leg, have fun. I'm like, okay.
No, I think people probably focus on his legs because they had that one part in episode 5 where he had no legs and he was, Chewbacca's on Chewbacca's back. And
No, I
around
focus on the
holding his
leg
legs and
because
shit.
Kendra doesn't paint shit if they don't have to, and they painted the leg silver, and I'm like, well, his leg must be silver then.
Or they just didn't paint it gold.
Yeah, but the funny part here
Pants on a
is,
droid either.
the funny part is that the real one looks fake.
The one with the silver leg looks fake.
Yeah.
They both kind of look fake.
But yeah, the one with the silver leg is the right one.
No, it's not. When did he have a fucking silver leg? Tell me that. No, go back. I'm still on that. Please, sir.
Sir.
No. I mean, I wanted you to scroll down and see the description. What did it say? It says even the biggest one.
The robot isn't all gold. He has one silver piece on his right leg.
Throughout the entire series.
Yeah.
You're talking about the entire saga.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. No.
So
Yo, my man's mad.
I'm not believing that. Why would you do that? George Lucas didn't even do that shit. There's no way.
okay, so now that this one's in front of me, I know which one it is. But in my head, I always saw. We talked about this last week, but now that it's in front of me, I recognize that it's the Flintstones, not the Flintstones.
Yeah, Flintstones. Yeah, it didn't have T. What the Flintstones?
I remember the T in my head because of the way it made sense. Flint as in rock.
Yeah, it's Flynn. I think I would say Flynn.
It's Flynn. Flynn's right.
Rolls off the tongue better. Yeah, but it's. Ooh, did that?
Grizz looks confused on this one.
It's the Flynn.
No, I'm trying to make life easy for everybody else. Hang on one second.
We're not
Figured out why everybody thinks his leg was gold.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I'll send it to you. Hang on.
Is it because it's actually fucking gold? I'm about to pull them fucking movies up right
Now
now.
look at it. There's a screenshot from Empire, and there's a screenshot from the original Star Wars.
Oh
What
yeah.
does the
Yeah.
silver leg do?
No, those are shopped. Those are photoshopped. There's no way. No way, dude. I have the original VHS in my parents' house. I will fucking drive there right goddamn now.
Yeah, you might have to do that.
It just there's no.
Do you have a functioning VCR somewhere?
Do they?
Probably. Yeah, my parents are old school as fuck. They still have a turntable. They have a stereo system with a fucking turntable. Oh, never mind. They got rid of that shit. Damn.
Wrath going with
wait a minute.
Star Trek.
You can barely tell.
There's no.
Yeah.
I'm about to.
Look, yo, TCP getting mind blown right now, bro.
Yeah, it's literally just reflecting the sand. It's reflecting all the brown sand.
All right, this one fucked me up because I remember these commercials. Ed McMahon and Publishers Clearinghouse.
Absolutely, abso-freaking-lutely.
So he was apparently never in a commercial.
That's BS. I remember those commercials like they were yesterday.
I don't know these.
Yep.
I don't remember him handing checks. I remember him doing the commercials.
I remember him. No, he did the checks too. I remember it's because they would be all excited and everything, and he was sitting there. Oh yeah, I remember it.
Well,
I
honey?
remember those glasses.
There's a fly.
Glasses.
Okay. It won't eat much.
Liar.
I said, wait, there's a fly. Did you just say it won't eat much?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the fly eating. I'm worried about the fly leaving its little remnants behind.
Okay, so I never watched Casablanca, but I don't know this one.
Yeah, it's another one of those like I am your father craps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, yeah, so I do remember him saying, "Luke, I am your father," but the first time I heard it, I was like 6. So
No, I think it's the same. Everyone knows Luke, I am your father because they hear. It's just what everyone says. It's what everyone repeats and so on and so forth. But I remember like watching the movies, being like, "No,
Luke, I am your
like, what? Oh shit!
Whoa! Who let Dr. Claw in here?
This one, yeah, we're gonna need a bigger boat. I remember that, but it's you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Again, people just saying the wrong thing over and over and over again.
I can see that.
Just like they probably don't have it on here, but when he was on Comedy Central was Dave Chappelle. He had a show. What was it called?
Chappelle Show.
What was it called?
Chappelle Show.
What's everybody else? What's everybody else?
It was the Chappelle Show, wasn't it?
See, yeah. Anybody else? Anybody else want to chime in? It's Chappelle's Show, but everyone always called it the Chappelle Show.
Ah. Oh, okay, so apparently chartreuse is not pink; it's green.
I don't even know what chartreuse is.
I didn't know that one.
It's one of those made-up colors where they say, "Oh, it's blue." No, it's summer sky. What?
Ooh, this one got me. I thought he says is.
Yeah, it is not is. It's not life is like a box of chocolates. It's life was like a box of chocolate, which doesn't make sense in any context.
No, because he's speaking to it in the past tense.
Like life is dead.
Yeah,
Like, nah, life is like a box of chocolates. That's
you
what I
never know
remember.
what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
This time is trying to fuck with us.
Well, you also have to consider he does have a bit of an accent, a really thick accent in that movie. We might have just misheard a little bit too.
Look, look. Is and was is those are two different.
That leaves a hole.
Thick accent. He
Yeah.
was kind of start sounding together.
Yeah, Jenny. Life was like a box of chocolate. Yeah, man.
All right, this one messed me up. Apparently, Mirror Mirror on the Wall is never stated. It's Magic Mirror on the Wall, not Mirror Mirror.
I'm dead serious. After the Forrest Gump and after this, check the authenticity of this. There's no way. Total bullshit. No.
I remember Mirror Mirror on the Wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
They definitely say that in the reboots and the live action shits.
Well,
They
that
definitely
movie
say
came out when in the
Snow White was like their first. Was that their first?
That was what, 60s? 70s?
No.
Oh, no way.
No, 27. I'm saying 27.
Because Steamboat Willie was 40s, right?
December 21st, 1937.
Oh,
Damn,
yeah.
I was close though.
All right.
37. I said 27. I was close. Maybe the Wizard of Oz was 27.
Wizard of Oz was earlier than that.
All right, so this one actually messed me up a little bit here. In the Black Eyed Peas song, Boom Boom Pow, she doesn't say, I'm so 2008. She says, I'm so 3008. Does anybody else know the song?
I mean, I just boom, boom, pow. Yeah, I mean, what?
It's like,
Yeah,
but-
I remember. I don't remember her saying 2000.
You lost me at Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, I don't know
the only reason I know this song is because I've spent a lot of time in retail and it's on the radio a lot.
Exactly. So I don't remember him saying 2000 now.
But I remember 2008. but
ICP, I was entirely wrong. I have to apologize to you. Wizard of Oz was released in 1939.
Okay, so I never saw Risky Business, so I don't get this one. But apparently everybody remembers him wearing sunglasses. You know what?
Sliding across-
I still know this scene decently well enough.
I don't think everybody is remembering Tom Cruise in Risky Business. I think they're remembering Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, I do. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah.
Because
I remember. I think he did do the sunglasses.
Yeah, he did. All right, so this one I didn't get. This one, apparently everyone thinks he says "run you fools." It's "fly you fools."
Yes, definitely fun.
Yeah.
All right, this one fucked me up. Apparently he never says "hello, Clarice." Apparently, instead of saying "hello, Clarice," he says "good morning."
Sorry, I'm laughing at Wild.
They're playing in the pool and she trying to drown kids out here.
But like, what am I remembering on this? Because I remember him like creepily going, "Hello, Clarice."
Yeah. Hello, Clarice. And she freaked out. Yeah.
Is that because everyone always spoofs it to be that? Like, you know, like the Vader thing? That's what everyone says it was.
I don't know.
Like, you can imagine him, and you can remember his voice and everything, so you can, like, hear it in clear detail.
Yeah, he said, wait. So they're saying that he said good morning?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, before I say what I'm going to say, let's finish the entire run. And then figure it out.
I think we're getting towards the end. Okay, so this one. Okay, so this one kind of, I don't think is right.
That's definitely not right. He 1,000% says they're the champions, and then like a pause or two
of the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got any Queen fans in here? Because like, you know, I totally see, you know, we are the champions. Dun, 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 of the world, and yeah,
it definitely happens at one point. He might not say it every single time, but it definitely happens.
It's like at the very end of the song.
Again, check the authenticity of the site. They're trying to trick us.
This one, I don't. This one kind of screwed me up a little bit because I always remember "It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood."
Yes.
Yes.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
So, and apparently even in the Tom Hanks movie, that's what they did. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. But they're saying it's actually a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
I remember that.
Check the authenticity.
I do not remember that.
The last 5 have to be completely wrong. There's no way.
This one really fucked me up.
Now the Freddie Mercury one, because like I remember this because the live performance for Queen is so much better than the recorded performance, so that's what I've listened to, so I remember this.
He really said,
Lucy, apparently he never says, "Lucy, you have some splaining to do." What? I fully remember that.
Absolutely.
I remember that too.
Fuck this site. Go ahead, close the window.
Yo,
Hey, how about the number of the U.S. states?
Yeah, so it's 50 plus 2 territories.
We can get a historian on this one. We can. My wife has every episode of this show.
Yeah. All right, Wrath is saying he's fact checking a lot of them and a lot are wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, he linked a video up in here. We'll probably pop over on that. All right. Yeah, this was Simblet never played a genie.
Yes, he did. He did. I don't care what you say.
Untrue.
I was born this year, so I do not remember this.
You love me. You really love me. That's from
The Mask.
Yes.
Yeah, this one is, yeah, his name is Smokey Bear. It was always Smokey the Bear.
It is Smokey the Bear.
No, apparently his name is just Smokey Bear, not Smokey the Bear.
I'm not trusting this site anymore.
Look, Rat, look. Yeah. Okay. I remember Tank Man. Well, I
No,
want
this
to know
is-
what you're about to
All right,
say.
all right. El Meltdown
is
saying
true.
I'm rewatching I Love Lucy, and he does say it. Okay. All right, Tank
No, you
Man.
need to
Like,
be on the show.
all right. I'm sorry, everybody in China right now. So I'm about to say it. Tiananmen Square.
It happened.
It happened. Well, not only that, but apparently, like, according to this, like, there's videos of this guy just walking away from this.
He didn't walk away. Someone dragged him away.
Yeah.
Another citizen came in. He was about to get run over, and another citizen came and saved him. They pulled him out of the way.
Yeah.
But I can really identify with this dude. He was just shopping and he got sick of it. He's like, you know what? I just spent all this money on groceries. I'll run me over. Well, you can off. I've had that day.
I don't remember him dying, but I know he's not alive.
I was about to say, I thought he was still alive. I also could be thinking of Alan
No.
Glenn. I think I'm thinking of Alan Glenn. Who's up? Don't know this guy.
I don't know this guy. Like, I know the name, but
Oh, Billy Graham?
yeah.
Televangelist.
So, I don't remember her having been sainted before she died. But I also thought she was dead long before 2016.
She could have been given sainthood, or I'm gonna say it, in 2016, but negative. No, all that shit definitely happened like before I was even 10. She was considered a saint like when I was like learning about her, and like I remember learning about
Yeah.
her when I was like,
Yeah, because I was remember
fine.
like the even in
This is the way.
my textbooks I remember Saint Mother Teresa.
I was gonna say something about this being a color photo. I've never seen a color photo of Mother Teresa.
Yeah, I mean they could have just grabbed some random old woman and threw a freaking bonnet on her.
No, I mean that looks like her. I remember this image. I just don't know any color.
Just grab some random old lady. Here, put this on. Let's take a picture of you.
Mm-hmm. I know the Challenger explosion very well. I actually thought it happened in 98 or 89. Sorry, 89, but it is 86. 1,000% 86.
Like I said, I was not even one then, so I heard about it years later and never was able to put dates on it. So
No, I remember for a different reason. I wasn't born yet. Even if it was in 89, I still was.
this one got me. I thought Patrick Swayze made a recovery.
I remember when he died. I don't remember it being 2009. I thought it was like a little bit after, like 2013 or something.
Like I could have swore he made a recovery.
I remember him passing. I don't remember him making a recovery.
I remember they were showing pictures of him, and he
No.
was not looking great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
like,
remember
there was this
make-
big thing where like they had all the pictures of his last moments on all those scam magazines.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really tasteless.
This one, I could have swore he hadn't even gotten one yet, which is why he
Yeah.
was starting to go crazy.
Yeah, he was. It was like 2016. It was for I think it was for Django.
Yeah, the memes had already started and were a big thing before this happened.
Yeah, huge.
But they were still fucking funny, so people just kept using them.
I still remember that like they got a video like when he was getting his name engraved on it, and he's like, he's just like, so this is what it feels like. Are you sure you're doing it right? He's like, I don't know, it's my first time. Yeah, this shit was hilarious. He knew what he was doing.
All right, Mickey Mouse's tail. Yeah, he's always had a tail.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna argue that one.
So like from Steamboat Willie to
What about Steamboat Willie when he's on the boat?
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
driving the steamboat. Did he have a
That's
tail?
why
Yeah.
when Steamboat Willie becomes public domain in a couple of years, you're going to be able to distinguish Mickey Mouse from Steamboat by his tail and the gloves.
but no, they still give him a tail today.
wow, when did they start putting, well, a long tail? Like, they had that little ball on the back of him for a while. Like, when did they start putting a tail on him?
Yeah, because like there's a lot of stuff where he doesn't have a tail. Yeah, I remember that. The location of Disney World Castle. So there's one in LA, and then the one in Orlando is the is it the Sleeping Beauty Castle?
Oh wait. Oh hell no. No.
No, it's Cinderella.
Cinderella, that's it. No, this one, Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. No, apparently what they say is if you build it, he will come. Which doesn't make sense in the context.
They will come is because of the context exactly. Stop trying to mess with our minds.
So yeah, all of these are, I don't know, we've had a couple.
How long is this? I thought it was going to be over like 20 minutes.
We're getting there. We're getting there. This one, I think is right. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. And I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that's a vernacular shift from when that movie was made to now.
Yeah.
Or hell, when it was originally conceived. I mean, that book was written a long time before that.
Yeah. Beam Me Up Scotty. This one made sense just because he, I think Beam Me Up Scotty came from the parodies.
Right.
Yeah. I remember a number of times my mom watching this show.
But apparently the closest he got was Scotty Beam Us Up, not Beam Me Up Scotty. But all right, let's see.
This website's messing with our minds.
Yeah.
Rathcon, this isn't some sort of nefarious
It's a psyop.
They're trying to build to the Mandela effect by what am I trying to say? By messing with our minds. They're putting in false information.
The Silence of the Lamb, the original Hello Clarice scene. Okay, so yeah, he did say hello, Clarice, before she introduced herself. Yeah.
Was it he just didn't really move his mouth that much. It was soft. So
I don't know. So
they try to get us, man. Fuck them.
They really are. They're trying to plant. Once you plant the seed of doubt, it shall grow.
But yeah, so yeah, certain people remember certain things and certain people don't. And this has led to a multi-dimensional theory where, let me bring this back up.
I was going to say that someone told me a long time ago that once you try to remember something, it is no longer 100% accurate.
Right.
Because as you try to remember things, you just naturally won't remember every single detail, or you will change things. I mean, it'll change things slightly. Even if you do your best to not have it fit your narrative, you will just naturally remember things the way that you want to remember them.
I don't care what you say. Sinbad did do it. He did play it.
Yep. But you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, you're just trying to replay your drive home. Even if it was 5 minutes, you're just trying to replay something in your head. It's gonna change slightly.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for someone to come out and be like, Sinbad actually did play it, and they're gonna pull out a VHS.
See, I've seen somebody do the VHS pull out. It's been years since I've seen it, but I've seen it. But I was gonna say it's yeah. So it's either none of us are remembering any of this stuff correctly, which is a possibility, or some of us are from an alternate dimension and we have crashed into this current dimension. Or everything that we remember was patched out, and for some reason, they didn't get everything.
Well, then I'm refused. Yo, somebody cut the internet off to my brain. Then I don't want this. I want this patch. Take it back.
Oh shit. They who is it? Viva La Dirt League just did something like this. They did it where the NPC that like is usually like the merchant or whatever, the garlic farmer, he got a wife. And like he went through like an entire lifetime with his wife and everything. Like they patched her in, like she just showed up. He's like, I don't have a wife. And she's like, yes you do, honey. Like he bonded with her, they had a child, like they fell in love and he was so good, and then they patched her out. They showed it every time, like they get the patch notes above his head and they're like removed wife. And I was like, I had a wife. And like a player runs up to him, he's like, have you seen my wife? He's like, you've never had a wife.
Bro,
and like he has like the artwork that she made painted for him and everything. He's like, shit. He's like, I had a wife. I had a wife.
Oh man. So, but we're going to use this as kind of a segue into our next topic. Is it multiverse or simulation? So I'm sure everybody's familiar with the "we're living in a simulation" thing, which was made very popular by the Matrix series.
Well, I've always kind of thought about, the multiverse thing, because I'm sure that there is somewhere out there a reality where the sequels for Star Wars were good, and I want to see them.
I know they were good. I know they were.
I know somewhere.
George Lucas never sold to Disney. But yeah,
Like, it could be either or, man. Like you're talking about multiverse theory or simulation. It's tough.
Of course, you gotta think about that. Like, what kind of crap would that be for everybody? Like, oh, we found the multiverse. We're part of like 100 other Earths, and now Disney from Earth 29 is putting out better movies than everybody else, and people are like pissed because they don't want them imported.
Bro, I'm freaking.
Well,
I'm skipping over there.
I want to start small. Like, how do you define the multiverse? So do you think there's an infinite number of multiverses? Because they say whenever someone is presented with an option,
it makes a new multiverse.
A binary option. Two universes are diverged or whatever.
Yeah.
One where the person says yes, one where the person says no, or left, right, however you be, the binary choice. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Or you could just say that it only splits under certain choice significance, like
major circumstances. Because everything is a binary choice when it comes to it. I'm gonna stand up right now.
Consider if timelines only diverge in major occurrences, like the assassination of Franz Ferdinand.
What is defined as major, though? So now,
that'd be pretty major. Like,
okay. Hold on, I'm going back. So, like, if we're talking about like every person gets a yes or no option, the yes or no option diverge. So right now
we'll get to your solves, I promise.
We're talking about 8 billion people. 8 billion people with constant yes or no possibilities. That's billions upon trillions upon an infinite number that we cannot never explain. Of multiverses being diverged every single second.
What were you going to say, Solps?
How do you know we're not living in a simulation and a part of the multiverse?
You're just gonna say that both are real?
Yeah.
We're trying to come to terms that only we have 2 options: multiverse or simulation. Now you're gonna say, "Oh, we have to take both." Why not both?
I mean, if I can have my cake and eat it too, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take both.
All right, cool. Can we patch this motherfucker?
Right.
Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna need an update. Patch note.
Where's the forums to complain to the community manager for this shit?
Don't give me no beta crap either.
So, what qualifies as a specific event to create a diverge?
It would have to be something that would create historical significance.
Mm-hmm.
like
So-
9/11.
Something that
They're
creates
right.
a major shift.
Yeah.
So the butterfly effect is no longer a concern.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think the butterfly effect is not as important?
No,
I
no.
believe the butterfly effect is possible. I believe it's entirely possible, but I don't believe that choice would be the one that would make things go boom. Does that make sense?
Well, the whole point of the butterfly effect is, something small that creates enough ripples to affect something big.
Right,
Now you're
right.
talking about two different small events, one that will cause a big event, and one where the ripples weren't powerful enough to create that big event in the first place.
Right. That's kind of what it is. It's like not every butterfly makes a tsunami on the opposite side of the world.
But, you could say that it's a contributing factor. So it could create a new scenario by flapping its wings at a certain point that wouldn't have existed otherwise. But I would say that the divergent point wasn't the butterfly going, "Ooh, what's that? I'm scared." Ooh.
You're saying it can't be attributed to something that tiny.
Yeah.
There would be what's the that experiment where they shoot the atom particles through the two lines?
The slits?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I just watched a video on this like 2 days ago, and that fucked me up. Oh, that fucked me up.
I think it's one of those things.
This comes to the simulation. I forget what they call it, but this comes to the simulation. You're talking about when they're shooting electrons through two slits, and it either creates a pattern. It creates a pattern like that you would think it would be, along the two slits, or it creates a wave pattern across the entire backdrop. And they determined like
If it's
when
being
that-
perceived, it does the two slit pattern.
if they set up like electron watchers or something, so the electrons know that they're being watched. It's fucking creepy. So fucking creepy to think about.
So, like, what if we're in that kind of situation right now with the whole butterfly effect? Is like the divergent point is when somebody notices something going on. Because, like, it has been somewhat scientifically proven, like, the light from a star does not exist unless you're looking at it. Yeah, try to wrap your head around that and just stop.
How did you just say that to me?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
So,
like-
whoa.
So, like,
that's more on a mind-blowing scale than like if a tree falls in the woods.
yeah, like the pinpoint light that you see from a star thousands of light years away does not exist unless you're looking at it.
I honestly thought that because I thought that before because with how many stars and how many stars, galaxies, or light sources that we perceive to be in the universe, like if we were in deep space, would you not just see a constant? Like it would almost be like you were just in like a wall of light constantly because you're receiving light from all angles constantly. So like if you look at my backdrop, you're just like, how are those little mini pinpoints of light? If all those pieces of light are reaching you, and like we perceive or think that there are so many light sources, just even in this little tiny area right here, there's probably trillions and trillions of galaxies producing light. So wouldn't I just see a wall of light whenever I enter deep space?
So yeah, it's, and I don't remember the explanation behind it, but it didn't make sense. All I remember was being more confused by the explanation than the actual like perception of. Yeah, but perception is everything. So, and it leads into the whole simulation theory is nothing exists unless it's being perceived.
What was it like? Because they state that, and then like when you're playing a video game, only what your character can see is being rendered.
Yeah.
And as you it's like you pan the camera left, then everything starts being rendered in front of you. So like outside of your field of view is nothingness. So is that what you're getting at?
Kind of. Like the raw bare bones system is there, but I mean, and that's if you follow into simulation theory, which there's more proof than not, but at the same time, I don't want to believe it. So, which falls under, I think, therefore I am. But it then at the same time, it's like I was programmed to think, therefore I am.
Why the fuck did you just say that to me?
I've actually heard different concepts of the whole simulation theory. Like, the most obvious one is the comparison to the Matrix, that it's like a computerized simulation. But I've actually heard another suggestion that it's more of like, I don't really know how you would explain it. The only way I can think to explain it is it's more of like a spiritual simulation. Like, there's some guy I was watching one time, I think his name is Billy Carson. He was suggesting all these weird ideas about like just diving into history and something about existence being like a holographic projection or something like that, and we're all able to interact with things on a physical level because we exist on a vibration where things actually have physical matter. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I like this theory.
The best way. But I'm not explaining it the best way. But I mean, if you guys ever look into it, it's pretty interesting, actually.
I'm gonna have to look into that one, because that I do like that theory, and it makes more plausible sense from a semi-religious standpoint.
Yeah, it's more complicated than that, but I'm just kind of like giving you the gist of what I remember. Yeah. I'd have to watch it again, and I could like send you guys a link to it.
Yeah. Throw it up in the Discord.
To say it again, because I think it kind of relates to another theory that I heard about a long time ago.
If you want to explain that again, because apparently TCP couldn't follow along.
I could. I'm just trying to make sure. Are you talking about you're talking about vibrations?
Basically, yeah. Okay. Vibrations of any kind, and mostly like sound, but light plays a big part in it too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but you were talking about it in reference to a simulation, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Like everything is like instead of everything being ones and zeros, it's all vibrations on different frequencies and different levels.
Mm-hmm. I've heard a similar theory that worked on vibrations and so on and so forth, but vibrations and frequencies and resonating frequencies, but it doesn't have to deal with simulations. It has to deal with the multiverse. It's that there are multiple universes, and we all exist in the same plane of existence, the same plane in time, but say, our world resonates at a different frequency than another world, which is how we have that separation. And say, like, whenever you see out of the corner of your eye, you see a shadow move that actually didn't move, or you see something that actually didn't happen, or you might hear something that you didn't actually hear. It's something within one of those other universes, or even in your own universe, just quickly jump in frequencies for a little bit, so then you can actually see it or you can actually hear it.
Bro, that kind of messed me up just then.
I mean, had a dog just sit somewhere and stare at nothing for a while, totally engrossed at it.
Yeah,
dogs always just be barking at nothing. I honestly believe, I think dogs and other animals operate on frequencies like a lot more than we actually think about. Because it's been bothering me a lot recently with my dogs trying to understand when they're about to be fed. I think that dogs can understand the time of day.
Yes.
Based off frequencies they can hear. I think the time of day gives off a frequency. Gives off like a specific frequency that they can hear, and they're like, oh, I can hear this frequency. I'm about to get fed right now.
Yeah. Also, dogs, birds, and something else can all determine true north.
Mm-hmm. Well, birds, of course, because of how they migrate.
Yeah.
You're talking about birds, fish, and dogs. Dogs, I might, that's a little bit stretched for dogs, but I can still see it based off of other animals and their animalistic instincts.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. There's a lot of things here. Like, one of the things that always messes with my head a little bit is that, everything within our world that we can perceive and know of is matter, and matter is a makeup of atoms, and no two atoms are touching. That part always messes me up because, like, by technical standards, you are a cloud of atoms that is just so compressed that you perceive yourself in a physical form. Like, that always gets me a little bit like,
this glass right now, man.
yeah. Like, why do our hands not go through desks? Because those atoms perceive themselves to be a physical form. And it's like, I don't know, that one always messed me up a little bit there, but see, they do. I could tell my
Now
son's dog and how many hours my son will be home, and she knows. I can see that.
I mean, dogs have been able to determine when people will return back to the house based on how much of their scent is left in the house.
Yeah. Also, back on the frequency thing here, I know we're still technically on it with the dog, but there's new theories going around about how the pyramids were built. How they were able to move those rocks. It was because they found the frequency of the rock and basically used a tuning fork and were able to levitate the rocks around because they found the frequency of the rock. Yeah. Because it's
not completely outside of the realm of possibility.
It's not, because we do know that if at certain frequencies you can liquefy a human.
You ever been driving your car at like maybe a downgrade or something, and you start to feel the whole car start to just shake for no particular reason?
Mm-hmm.
Same basic principle. You stay at that particular vibration pattern long enough, it'll just shake your car apart.
Yep. So if you speed up or slow down, everything is fine.
Mm.
Now, the scary part is when you feel that on a motorcycle.
That's not fun. Not fun. Unwanted vibrations on a motorcycle is not fun.
It's like, all right, I'm going to crank it up a little bit. Let's see what happens. But yeah, so I mean, that's the general theory behind how the pyramids were built, is they actually found a resonance to make the sandstone that light to be able to pick it up, cut it, and move it.
I am already like very skeptical about like how the pyramids were actually built, and I have a buddy who has his doctorate in, is it anthropology, or he was an archaeologist, but I think he got his degree in anthropology.
Makes sense.
One of those two. And me and him had a conversation. He lit my ass on fire, and I get it, because at a point we were kind of downplaying the intelligence, the sophistication, and the possibility of that society. Yes, it was an ancient society. Most of the time when people think of ancient societies, they always think of them as brutal, and uncultured. Like you think about Vikings and Saxons and everything. Everyone was like, oh, they're savages, they're brutal because they rape and pillage. But I mean, some of those motherfuckers are smart. Some of those motherfuckers are smart, and they think about the Aztecs and the Mayans. Like, oh yeah, they were savages, whenever, because they wore diapers for clothing and so on and so forth. Like, some of those motherfuckers were really fucking smart and had like some of the best cities ever created and architectural advances ever created.
What? All right, so we're going to go over a couple of topics that we'll save for other episodes. One is, why are all pyramids geometrically perfect?
Oh, I mean, dude, if we want to talk about like the pyramids,
like that's going to be a whole other episode. We'll get there.
Oh, dude, I got a lot to say about the pyramids, because like those stones, man. They didn't just like move those stones. Everyone thinks like when they moved those stones, they moved them from like it was like a mile or two. They moved those things thousands of fucking miles.
I do believe is that bare minimum was like 200 miles.
They moved them far as fuck.
Yeah,
a long ways either way.
Yeah,
and you're talking about that many stones, because like each of those pharaohs, they were only in power for a decade at most. Some of them were longer, but some of the Great Pyramids, like, they didn't have that long. They were that long.
And here's another thing: it's like
millions and millions of stones.
The Egyptian pyramids. We have, because of media, an extreme misunderstanding about what the pyramids were used for. There is no pharaoh or mummy that has ever been found in a pyramid.
I'm calling bullshit.
They were buried in sarcophagi. They had burial chambers separate from the pyramids, but none has ever been found in a pyramid. Not that I'm aware of.
I think they were in the pyramids, but I think like at least 2 of the 3 Great Pyramids, they were not complete by the time the pharaoh died, and they had to finish. They had to finish constructing the pyramids after their death.
But within the pyramids, we do know that the pyramids used to be gold capped.
Mm-hmm. And they had sandstone on them, or like other types of stone, limestone, that were all,
Some of the pharaohs were buried underneath pyramids in separate chambers, but they were not buried in the pyramid.
That's fair. You're talking about like a, potato versus potato.
Different structure, same spot, potato.
Yeah. There's also hieroglyphs of them walking around with something that resembles a light bulb at the end of a cord.
They did have a very weak light source, but they still did have a light source. I remember seeing something, I don't know how accurate it was. They had like these vases with like I don't know what it was that they had in there, but it was something just very natural. Like there was nothing that they really made. They just kind of put stuff together.
And then they also had, like along that same line, they had functional batteries. They had clay
also
pot.
Consider the ancient Greeks actually had the actual heart-shaped herb. They had a heart-shaped plant that they would use for birth control, and they used it so prolifically it's now extinct.
Wakanda forever.
But yeah, so things to look forward to in future episodes.
When he said that, I had to get that in there.
So things to look forward to in future talks. We're going to talk about pyramids, aliens, ghosts. So, but
make sure to bring your tinfoil hats.
Yep. Yeah, but just, stuff that's entertaining to talk about and bring up. And if you have any ideas, let us know in the comments, whether you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. We'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up there, and we will catch you guys next week.